Diona is the best playable cat girl in the entire game. As the most popular bartender of the cat's tail, Diona has a pair of cat ears and a cat tail, making her a very interesting cat-human hybrid. But have you ever wondered if Diona is secretly a male cat? Most of you would probably say, well, obviously she's female, from her lore and her character design. Well, I completely agree on that. But you know what gave it away the most? It's her tail. And here is what her tail says about her. This is YY. Welcome to my channel. Now it's pop quiz time. How many colors are on Diona's tail? The correct answer is 3. There's orange, black, and white. This makes Diona a calico cat, or a tricolored cat. If you happen to be serving a domestic calico cat, there's a 99.97% chance that your cat is a female cat. But what does a cat's fur color have to do with its gender? To answer that, we need to look up what makes up the cat. Cats have 19 pairs of chromosomes, which are just tiny structures that store information that you can use to make a cat. Now, you've probably heard of the word gene before. A gene is just a part of the chromosomes that can account for a certain trait of a living thing. In Felis catus, there's a browning gene, TYRP1, that determines if the cat's primary fur color is black, chocolate, or cinnamon. The following content is subject to biology. Viewer discretion advised. Now, if one has ever studied Mendelian genetics, it should be no surprise that cat girls and cats and humans usually carry 2 copies of the same gene, one on each of the 2 chromosomes in the pair. The copies may be the same or different versions of the gene, and each version of the gene is called an allele. If a cat has 2 copies of the same allele, say the black allele, then the cat will have black fur. The same can be said about cats with 2 copies of the chocolate or 2 copies of the cinnamon alleles. But what if a cat has 2 different alleles? Say a cat has a black allele and a chocolate or a cinnamon allele. Well, it turns out the observed cat is still black because the black allele is dominant over the chocolate and cinnamon alleles. This means that the chocolate and the cinnamon alleles will not affect cat color when the cat has a black allele already. Diona has black fur on her tail, so we can deduce that she has at least one allele for black fur, but the other allele is unknown. Now moving on to the white and orange fur. As for the white fur, there's another gene, KIT, that codes for white spots or piebalds on a cat's fur. There are 2 alleles for the piebald gene, and neither is completely dominant over the other. We refer to this situation as incomplete dominance, where cats have varying amounts of piebald coverage depending on how many copies of the S- alleles it has. Diona's tail is about 50% white, so I hypothesize that she is heterozygous for the piebald gene, or that she has an S+ allele and an S- allele. With that out of the way, let's move on to the video's title. Among the 19 pairs of cat chromosomes, 1 pair determines the cat's gender, and this is the let's call it the biological gender chromosome. There are 2 different types of this kind of chromosomes, X and Y. Male cats have XY chromosomes, and female cats have XX. It's the same for humans. Interestingly, if a cat has 2 X chromosomes, only one of them in each cell will be used as genetic material, and the other X chromosome is deactivated. This process is called X inactivation. It's random for each cell, so a cat can have cells with different X chromosomes deactivated. But if the cat only has 1 X chromosome to begin with, then there is no X inactivation. Now it's finally time to unravel which chromosomes Diona has. The secret is her orange fur. The gene for orange fur is actually located on the X chromosome. There's 1 orange allele that codes for orange fur, and another non-orange allele that doesn't affect the cat's fur color. Now, if Diona's got an X and a Y chromosome, then the fur we will observe will be entirely orange or black with white piebalds, because there's only 1 copy of the orange gene, and whichever allele of the orange gene is on the X chromosome will be decisive for Diona's fur color. So it's either all or nothing for orange fur, and it can be nowhere in between. But it's going to be a different story if Diona has 2 X chromosomes. Say Diona originally has an orange allele on one of her X chromosomes and a non-orange allele on the other. Because one of the X chromosomes is randomly deactivated in each of her cells, roughly half of her cells will code for orange fur, and the other half will be non-orange, aka the original color, which is black with white piebalds. And that is exactly what we see on Diona's tail. This tail coloration would not be possible if Diona has less than 2 X chromosomes, because she needs to have both an orange allele and a non-orange allele. In an extremely rare 0.03% of the time, a calico cat is a mutant with 2 X chromosomes and a Y chromosome. If the cat happens to have XXY chromosomes, he will be a male cat, but again, it's extremely rare. So from Diona's tail fur, we can be 99.97% certain that Diona is in fact a cat girl and not a cat boy. Thanks for watching, I'll see you on the next one. Peace.